There are so many problems that we need to solve. We've got income inequality, we have climate change, we have pension reform, we have natural resource extraction, we have youth underemployment.
I think it's time that we did serious, deep soul searching. No one is going to come and help us. Forget it.
They don't come back because they can't reconcile in their minds the ability to find interesting, meaningful work here in the region.
Since the time of the Great Depression, the American dream was that every person, no matter how humble his or her birth, has the opportunity to become wealthy through plain, hard work. Prosperity was often defined as owning a house and a car.
The American dream is a hidden path to unhappiness.
It's just really a fib.
I think it's a marketing invention.
But now the millennial generation is creating a new dream.
The American dream got lost in profits, which got dismoored from the rest of the moral imperatives, and the millennial dream is more of a purpose-driven dream.
Smaller cities and rural communities are losing the millennial generation every single day to larger centers where they believe that they can create purpose-driven careers and make more significant positive change. There's a movement happening in New Brunswick, on Canada's East Coast, that is growing a business-for-good ecosystem where profitable businesses can become the key change agents for some of our most challenging social and environmental issues. If this movement is successful, it would make New Brunswick a magnet for passionate changemakers looking to create significant local and global impact.
The business landscape, as I see it today, is moving towards business for impact.
The millennials are moving right back to the city. They're driving bikes, they're taking public transit.
For me, it's no grand gesture or some big deed that will define my success, but it's the little things that add up to a positive impact.
So we've got this for-profit sector that has really mirrored that American dream so that corporations are being pushed to maximize wealth at all costs. In contrast, the millennial dream is really a desire to go back to the initial intention of what the American dream was all about, and that's this idea of shared wealth.
There's a particular focus on creating impact and meeting the needs of an entire population, not just the ones that can afford a service.
Organizations like the Pondish Bonde Center are leading an international movement that wants to replace the traditional bottom line with what's called the triple bottom line: profit, people, and planet.
And so now, with the digital natives and the young people who have had access to all this information and open data, they know what's right and they know what's wrong with the world.
This new way of doing business is impacting communities as far apart as Lowell, Massachusetts and Hubli, India.
So finding ways to democratize access to resources, lower costs for everyone, and enable a higher quality of life for everybody, and in a way that involves interaction with more people.
They're mid-sized cities by American standards, so averaging around 100,000, and the hope is we can bring in lots of energetic folks and energize the folks who've been living here to find great solutions to energize these local economies.
So basically what they did was took a bunch of unused ground wells and converted them into something that's useful for farmers to trap rainwater in order to irrigate their farms and provide water for their families.
These people are really good at the art of neighboring. They really help each other out.
If we can focus on that happiness and get away from this consumer-oriented society, there's an opportunity for them to teach the rest of the world as to how you live a happy, sustainable life.
You have to first be a good corporate citizen, and then you have to be a profitable corporate entity.
Or you can create something which nobody has created, and that satisfaction you can carry for whole your life.
Social entrepreneurship has the potential to save the planet, to help build stronger communities, and keep provinces like New Brunswick from going over the cliff.
How do we leverage that strength of our smallness to be more connected and to create these really unique organizations that pull from the private sector executional excellence model and the compassion and deep subject matter expertise of those that have been working on the grassroots side of community development?
There's no question that purpose-driven work attracts millennials. They're nowhere near as loyal to their employers as they have been in previous generations. but they'll work harder and they can work faster than any other generation. They just have to believe in why you exist.
It doesn't matter whether it's New Brunswick or Hubli or Massachusetts, the 3 sandboxes that we work in. As long as you can start with a few inspired people who actually want to do something for themselves, they become role models. And other people see what these people have done, and then slowly, you start with 5 and then you go to 50, 500, 5,000, 50,000, it just spreads.
This is the Millennial Dream.